Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and I would like to apologize for the last episode because yes, I received a lot of feedbacks. It's not the best and I'm trying my best to make it as good as possible on the coming episodes. Today, I am recording this podcast in Melbourne, and I'm so grateful that I have SinYee today to help me cover this topic. Will women get buff doing strength training? Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Welcome to the show, SinYee. Would you like to introduce a little bit of yourself?
Thank you to Ivan. So when he reached out to me, I was a bit shocked because I was not in the fitness scene for quite some time because I'm still studying at the moment. But when he reached out to me and asked me if I would like to do this topic, I feel like it's something that all women should know, and also considering based on my previous experience as a personal trainer, I have experienced a lot of clients asking me and also a bit worried if they want to do strength training with me because they're quite worried they'll get buff or like fat or like really huge.
One push up and it become big.
Yeah, but I'll say that's not the case, you know? So we would like dive into this topic and yeah, hopefully everyone will have some takeaways out of this, and also just like precaution, I'm not professional and it's just from my experience, and of course I'm still learning from everyone else and also from Ivan.
She's just very humble, okay?
No. Yeah, because like especially because like I'm not working anymore, I'm still studying, but yeah, it's just like I would just like to share, and hopefully everyone has some takeaways from our podcast.
So for your information, SinYee is actually a certified personal trainer, and she actually coached, and both of us was colleague that time. We was coaching together and we was helping clients and doing a lot of stuff together, right? So for information, yes, she is speaking on behalf as a personal trainer, not as a doctor, not as a nutritionist. Is a personal trainer's point of view. That's why she is so humble. And also, aside from that, she is also a marathon runner, and she also the one that, how much you weigh?
I think I'm currently 43 kg.
43 kg, and hear me out, she can deadlift 95 kilogram.
Probably in the past. Haven't tried now.
Yes, she can deadlift your house.
I don't think
No,
house
just
is
kidding.
95.
Okay, anyway, yeah. SinYee, just I would like to start off by getting to know you a little bit more from like your childhood, like you yourself as a person, and like how did you fall in love in fitness and started off the journey?
Okay, so good question. Yeah, so I actually only started fitness when I was in primary. So it's just like I got into like the PE lessons because the PE teacher was interesting. So from there I started liking sports, because like before that I never did any sports before.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Even like volleyball or
No.
last time you played
I only
balls,
started
right?
primary.
Oh.
Yeah, I started around primary 4.
Okay.
Yeah, and I only started like actually running when I hit secondary, like year 7. Yeah, so from there it's like I was selected to participate in this district competition, because like in Malaysia we have district competitions, then state competitions. So from there I started running, and I actually could even run 1 km back then.
Like how?
Like
you
straight,
just
like
stop?
I would just run and walk, or even stop.
Holy shit.
Yeah, but then like during the district competition, I actually ran like the whole way, and I got first. Yeah,
Damn.
so from there I advanced to the state level, and then yeah, I got interested in running, and the furthest I got was being a state runner when I was in year 10. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's how I started liking fitness, and in between I did many different sports, like any sports you name, I probably done and tried it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You name CrossFits, yogas, aerial yogas,
Volleyball, mostly ball
volleyballs.
sports. Yeah.
Yeah, track and fields,
Yeah.
Deadlift. No lah, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, strength training. Yeah.
So
And
yeah.
okay. And how? What's your point of view as like a person that who is always being fit, who always attend to fitness trainings, yogas? Like, what is your point of view, and why do you like make it sustainable as your lifestyle?
Okay, so when I was in secondary, it's like I didn't really focus too much on my health and fitness. I just pretty much did any sports which is of my interest, which was like running or like doing PE. I didn't really control my diet or whatever. I just eat whatever. I only started focusing on fitness when I started working as a marketing and then eventually personal trainer. Yeah, so from there, I actually never really did any strength training until I started working as a marketing and also personal trainer.
Marketing for fitness.
Yeah, marketing
content.
for fitness content. Yeah, so from there I learned from my ex-colleagues, I learned from Ivan on like how to do different strength training, and then I only really understand like diets, nutrition, and also strength training or any training in general once I took the ACPT course.
Right.
And then after I took the course, I researched myself. I learned from many different professionals. And yeah, that's how I managed to gain a lot of experience and also knowledge to offer to my clients as a personal trainer.
So when you say back then you was not healthy, you don't really pay extra attention to your health, right?
Yeah.
And right now you have the current bodies that you know, the current body shape that you have. And to a lot of women out there, they really admire this kind of body shape. And they said like being or maybe having the body like you, it's the perfect body that they can have in their entire life. What do you think about this? Is it true? Is it not true?
So I would say my body type, a lot of women, especially Asian women, would appreciate. But in a Western country like here in Melbourne, they tend to like more curvy or like taller or like more bigger size, I would say, compared to Asia. So like even in terms of like clothes, right?
Yes.
I can't really find clothes that fit me here because like the smaller size is already really big for me. So I think in terms of country, right, Asia and Western countries is very different perception and perspective on like their like body type that I admire. But I'll say in Asia, a lot of people admire my body type, and when I do get clients or I sell to clients, a lot of them, like when I ask them what's their goal, they'll be like, oh, I want your body type. And I'm just like, oh, okay, sure, I can help you get you there. But getting them there in a healthy way compared to in a wrong way, there's a difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the difference? Like, what is the challenges that to get your clients to your body?
So I think one thing is because I've met some clients, a lot of them, they use like those fast methods, like, you know, there's like fat burning pills, those like waist trainers, or they would drink like
machines,
fat slimming
drink,
powder. And I'm just like, I have to break down all those myths first, and also I have to be completely honest with them, like how we can get you to the body type you want. And a lot of times they will ask me, if I lift weights, will I be buff?
Yes.
And I will always tell them, if you look at me, right, I lift weights, do I look buff?
Right.
And for me, I think that's enough to convince them. But that's for my own experience only, because I know a lot of women trainer, they're in a healthy body shape, but we all have different body types. So they can't have a selling point like me. Like I could just sell like, oh, if you want to get my body type, you can do strength training. But to other women trainers, they might not have the same body type as me. So they can't really like tell them that, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
So like when it comes to strength training, right, because like your clients that who admires your body and wants to achieve the body that is like you, and when they started strength training with you, what is the obstacle that they face? Like, you know, this topic is about will women become buff doing strength training? Do you have this kind of like problems?
I think it's like, because my clients is like, of course you have to build trust.
Yeah.
So like when you're doing the sale, that's where you start to build trust. So before every like program I would like give to my client, I would do a fitness test to kind of gauge where their strength levels at. So from there, then I would like only understand how far their strength is, and then only start to administer a strength program to them. Yeah, so lots of time I would say a lot of my female clients are quite weak, so we have to start from the basics.
Yep.
But it's like eventually when they got stronger, right, they won't really say
I
like,
become
oh,
buff.
I buff, I fat, because
Right.
they will already see results by then, you know. So like I wouldn't say it's a worry, because a lot of times when a client comes to you, they already need your help, they already want your help.
Yes.
And you just have to build trust
Right.
through there. Yeah. And like, because when they first start the session with me, right, they can't lift a lot, so they wouldn't think of it as like strength training, you know. It's just like
a resistance training where
Yeah.
it helps them to develop strength,
yeah,
the fundamentals for
Yeah.
them to pick up stuff,
yeah,
to be stronger, to pick their kids up, to play with their kids, right? And for those people, the women out there that who always say like, I don't want to do strength training because it will make me buff. Do you have this kind of client before? Or maybe not client, or maybe just like a friends, yeah. What do you say to them?
So I do have like prospects who,
Yeah.
because I used to be a group trainer before I was a personal trainer. I've met tons of people.
That say, you become buff, you do push-ups.
Yeah, because like especially we have those like testimonials,
Yeah.
and then like there is some women testimonials where they like go from skinny to really buff,
Yeah.
and then you're like, oh no, I don't want to be like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like-
and then I'm just like, oh okay. But yeah, I would tell them like, oh, you won't be like that. To be like that is so hard.
Yeah,
The amount
true.
of protein you have to take, protein powder, the amount of effort you have to put in, because like it's so hard to build muscle.
True. And I think what I'm trying to say here is that it has to be on a different perspective. Like some women that who say like they will become buff doing strength training is because maybe they have looked to the social medias trainers, or maybe they see too much of YouTubers out there like having like super big body, or even like women saw men that who is a bodybuilder competing year round, and they thought like, okay, if I were to go into the gym like them, and I'll be like them. But going into the gym is actually having a lot of different variety of trainings. You are not going into the gym and to become a bodybuilder, or you are not like going to the gym and you lift weights and then you become like someone that you saw before. It's about your genetic, and it's about how your body structure looks like, and you start your foundation from there. Am I right?
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, don't worry too much about lifting weights. So can you share with us like what is the most fun part, or maybe the most happiest moment that you have with your clients doing strength training or resistance training?
I think it's like results. Yeah, I think like the most fulfilling thing when I see my clients is like they see results, and also mental health is better,
Right.
and they build a habit, because not everyone like can go to a gym regularly, especially like when you're a working professional.
Yes.
Yeah, it's tiring, you know, because
Yeah,
you
it's
work
hard.
from morning to night, then you have to go gym.
Yes.
But a lot of clients have expressed to me that like they look forward to going to gym, and that makes me happy, because it's like at least I'm making one part of their life happy.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 You give some impacts to their life, and like, what makes them feel happy?
I think it's because like someone to talk to,
Okay.
because it's like
They talk to you during personal training, like
Yeah.
One whole hour?
No, 1 whole hour.
Are they training or are they talking?
No, like because like strength training, there's a lot of rest time in between, so
Yeah.
that's when we talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also like, as a personal trainer, you're somehow a therapist, I guess. Yeah, like-
that's that's quite true, to be honest.
Because it's like they'll talk to you, and then you just kind of like listen, offer your thoughts, you know. Because sometimes people just want someone to listen to them,
Yeah.
and we as personal trainers, we tend to be that person.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
True.
Yeah.
Right. And like aside from like talking to them, right, I want to know like dive deeper into the training program, the training style, like what kind of trainings that you provide to your clients and let them, you know, get to the result that they want.
I think one thing why women would think they'll get buff is probably they did their own exercises before.
Right.
So maybe there's two things they did differently. So one thing is like maybe they just did strength training, but they did zero cardio. So obviously you may look bigger, but I wouldn't say buff, like just bigger. Yeah. And then another thing is like maybe you do strength training, but you're not maintaining your calories intake. So that's why you may look bigger.
So meaning like they train too less, the calorie output is lesser than the you know the calorie consumption.
No, I mean like for those people who think they'll get buff from strength training, is because maybe they do strength training and they don't do cardio, or they eat more than their calories intake than exercising.
Right.
Yeah. So for my clients, I would keep them on a calorie intake.
Yes.
So they have to eat under that.
Yep.
And for every session, I would include like a short, maybe 15 to 20 minutes cardio session.
Yep.
High intensity. And then I also give some homework, like which is like lists, like maybe just walk 10K steps a day, or maybe run 2 times a week.
Can you tell someone that who don't know what about this? Like
Lists?
yeah, low intensity steady state cardio.
Yeah,
Would
so
you like to explain
basically
a
that.
bit? Okay, I mean, so basically for your information, if you don't know what is LIST, it's basically low intensity steady state cardio. So it's kind of like walking, cycling, something that doesn't elevate your heart rate to VT2 threshold, if I'm not mistaken. It's something that is easy for you to do.
So for me, it's like if my clients can do high intensity training, I wouldn't mind, but because it's like I'm a bit worried if like some of my clients, they have injuries before, so I'll only do high intensity when they're with me, so I could kind of track, and then like the homework's just like lists. Otherwise, if they're young and they're capable, I would give them like high intensity training as homework.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you have any clients that who had like injury before? Just when you talk about like injuries. Right?
Yeah, most of the time it's like they have back injury or like shoulder problems. So I would usually give them more mobility training and strength training, and also like mothers.
Yeah.
Sometimes they have operation here, like C-section.
Yes.
So there's some workouts they can't do, like glute bridge, hip thrust. Glute bridge okay, but hip thrust not really.
It's a bit difficult.
Yeah, and also like hip thrust, if you want to progress, it would kind of like hinder the like
Is it kind of
healing
like a mark?
process.
Yeah, healing process.
Yeah, so it's like you kind of have to figure out another exercise. Yeah.
Right. So during strength training, what do you normally prescribe exercises? Just like say like hip thrust, glute bridge.
So because like my niche is mostly women body transformation.
Yeah.
So I would say most of my strength training would focus. Yeah. Focus more on like, you know, body curves and stuff. So like I would say most women, they want like a nice butt or like nice shoulders or back. Yeah. And also like core abs. Yeah. So I would do a lot of like deadlifts because I feel like that's the main like strength workout that everyone should do, because not only it builds your lower body but also upper body and core. Yeah. And also a lot of like hip thrust, glute bridge, and also like back is like mostly shoulder press. There's also chest press. There's also like shoulder pull,
You mean shoulders?
shoulders,
Yeah.
back chest press. Yeah.
Okay. I see you do quite some assisted pull-ups, right?
That is only if the client is capable.
Yeah, true.
Because like some clients is like they want to work towards pull up, but they
Yeah.
want to lose weight first.
Right.
So I would say, okay, we focus on losing weight first and also body transformation.
Yes.
If you want to do pull up, they'll take another section cycle. Yeah. So yeah, but that's only if the client like renew with me. Then only I
True.
can do, because you have to be realistic. Yeah.
Yes.
You can't like achieve two different goals
Yeah,
in
and
such a short time.
yeah, for information, if you are too heavy, you can't really do pull-ups. The reason is because that the resistance of pulling up yourself, it's your own body weight. Yeah, so if you are too heavy, it's very difficult to do a pull-ups. Yeah, so before you start a chin-up program, you must make sure that you have a required weights in order for you to start that. Yeah, but just now I'm a little bit curious. Like you were saying that when your clients have injury, then you prescribe some strength trainings, right? Do you face like any clients that, let's say, lower back pain, and that's, let's say, if you want them to do deadlift, like what is the small little things that you will pay attention and you will want the audience to pay attention to also?
I think like one main thing about deadlifts is like people tend to lift with a rounded back.
Which is the techniques, poor techniques, something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
I was like technique.
Poor techniques. Okay.
Yeah, so for deadlift we tend to need a straight back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's one thing we have to watch out, because if they have a round back and then you see them deadlift,
Yeah.
it's like something might happen.
Yeah.
And it might be quite
You might
scary.
snap yourself.
Yeah, and I would say always practice with like just a stick, or like a pipe, before you actually go onto a bar, because a bar already weighs 15 kg.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when my clients start deadlift, 15 kg is normally too heavy for them to start off. So we always start off with a pipe, then we gradually go to 15 kg. And I would say one of the heaviest my client has taken up to is probably like 70 kg, which I think is quite impressive.
Yeah.
For a
and
woman.
how much they weigh? How much she weigh?
She weighs about 50 kg, I think.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
And it's like normally 6 to 8 reps. Yeah, so I think that's quite impressive for her.
Is she get buff?
Nope.
You have your answer, guys.
I would say I think they look the most buff when they started, and then as they
When the food is too much and the exercise is too
when they
little.
first session, they'll look the most buff, and then towards the ending of our cycle program, they will look thinner and lifting heavier. Yeah.
So I want to ask, like, what is your perspective towards a client that only does cardio for 1 year and versus the client that do both cardio and strength training for 1 year? Do you think there is differences after a year?
Okay, so I can use my experience as an example.
Yeah.
So I never did any strength training until I started working as a marketer, and I was completely just doing cardio.
And you just run and run and
I
run.
just
and
run.
Yeah.
I basically just run, and I do have a knee injury before due to running, so I toned down for running, and I never did any strength training either. And yeah, I felt like I was quite weak, because when I first started strength training, I was really, really weak. And when I started mixing both strength training and cardio, I feel more healthier and energetic, and also like quite impressed with how strength training toned my body. Because like if you just do cardio, sure, you will lose weight, but your body composition and the way your body is shaped is very shapeless. Yeah.
Shapeless.
Yeah. Because when you do strength training, right, your muscles form,
Yeah.
and you have the very nice like shape.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so if you add in strength training and cardio, you get really shredded. You look really nice. Yeah. But if you just do cardio, it's like shapeless. But if you just do strength training, yeah, you'll just be buff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when it comes to strength training, can you give like people what is the ideas of like strength training? And I mean, a lot of people think strength training is like, oh, I only do barbell deadlift.
So
yeah.
so there's this thing called calisthenics. I don't think they really use weights. They just use their body weight. So there's one like I don't know, it's called exercise, but like Pilates. You don't really use much weights. You use your body weight. And I've seen like on YouTube or like just in real life how like powerlifters and bodybuilders had to say they'll look down on Pilates, but once they
Not me.
but once they go on Pilates, they're like, oh my god, this is so hard. Yeah.
Yep, true.
So because I also look down on Pilates.
Is it?
Yeah.
Until you try.
Until I try, yeah.
Is it hard?
It's actually really hard.
Like how?
Because you work on a certain muscle for a long time and you put a lot of pressure on that certain muscle.
Oh, what kind of exercise is that? Like,
So like, because there is reformer Pilates, so you use this kind of machine. So they'll ask you to pulse a lot. So it's kind of like, let's say you're doing a back squat and then you just keep pulsing there
ouch.
for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then you're using your body weight.
Oh.
Yeah. So the heavier you are, the more you feel
Mm.
the pain and burn.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. I saw like there's one, I don't know whether if it's Pilates, but you basically hang on a ring,
Oh,
both
that's
rings,
aerial
aerial yoga, is it?
Yeah.
And they do like from hanging, and then they have to like pull their upper body up, and then the legs go up to horizontally, and then they hold on there for a few seconds, and then they go down and do it again. Is it something like that?
Isn't that like a chin up or pull up?
No, it's just like a, yeah, they somehow like flip their body, but it's not like
yeah.
entirely flipping to the other like 360, but it's just that they flip to a certain degree, but they keep on doing again like a pulsing movement, something like
Yeah. That's probably like a core workout.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
For
it's just like, I just want to clarify, like strength training is not just about weights, barbells, or like all those metal things.
Yes.
It could just be through your own body weight, through resistance band. Just depends on your own preference and depends on your client's needs, because you always have to regress or progress according to their own level.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very, very true. That's a point there. Like it really depends on your level of fitness and which state you are at, and as a personal trainer, our job is to help you to identify where you're at and where are you heading to. If it's something that is unrealistic, then personal trainer couldn't help out with that. But if it's things like whether if you get buff or not, definitely the personal trainer don't even know how to answer you. Hey, it took me like 8 years until now. I don't even look buff. Come on. Yeah, okay, talking about core, I wanna talk about this topic. I saw a few questions from the questionnaire yesterday through my story. A few of the women friends, they was asking like, should women train their core during strength training programs? So
I think core is essential for like for all of us, because I feel like core is the main thing you have to train to get all your foundation right, all your exercises right. Because like deadlift, you use core, squat, you use core, bench, you use core, and those like the main big strength training exercises. Yeah, even like if you do pull up, you need core, chin up, you need core, everything you need core, you know. Yeah, and so for me, I feel like core is very essential, and for my clients, I will always focus a lot on at least one core exercise. But it's not like those dynamic ones, just like static, like plank, side plank, hollow hold.
That's what I want to
Yeah.
ask for the next question. Like a lot of women, they thought like training core is like shaping the abdominal muscles, and by doing that, they need to like do crunches, hundreds
Yeah.
of crunches. Like okay,
Yeah.
yeah, you what is your thought?
So for me, there's a lot of clients who ask me, how do I get abs?
Yeah.
So obviously, I'll say diet is first. I think
Yes.
diet is the most important.
Yes.
Then only exercise and training.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So sit-ups, crunches, all that. Sure, it trains your core, but
Yeah.
it does make your core thicker. Because if
Mhm.
you don't focus on your diet, obviously your muscles will get thicker and your core will look more thicker. So like usually when clients they want like a S shape like that, right? I wouldn't recommend doing a lot of dynamic
As like how?
like that.
Like
Slender,
go-
like you know,
going
like
in?
a narrow
Like-
waistline. Then
Uh-huh.
after that, curve at the hips there.
And like
yeah.
the yogurt bottle in Malaysia, the one, is it?
Yeah, but they just want like a thin waistline. You know how they say mermaid line? The 11
your
mermaid
马甲
line?
线, guys.
马甲线, yeah. So like in Asia, they love the 马甲线.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good
Yeah,
one.
and yeah, crunches doesn't really show the 马甲线. Yeah, I would say diet and also a lot of like static core exercise. But I might be wrong, you know, if like there is people who prove to me that crunches can give you
Yeah,
马甲线.
True. I mean, if a person is taking care of their diet
Yeah.
and they use crunches as one of their exercises daily,
They could
they
get
could.
abs.
Yeah. So it really depends on you. If you want to do like 1,000 of crunches for a day and get your diet calories deficit, you can get there also. But you can get like 3 sets of 10 of barbell back squat and still get the same effect as compared to if you do 1,000 of crunches. Why not? Why don't go to barbell back squat?
Yeah.
Right.
I think it's like sometimes like if I don't have time for a core workout, my
Yeah.
clients will be like, oh, are we training our abs? I'll be like, oh, the exercises you just did, you
Yeah.
feel it in your core, right?
Yeah,
like
true.
deadlifts, glute bridges, and
Yeah.
also like what's it called, RDL.
RDL.
Yeah.
That's so
Chest
true.
press, you do use your core.
That's so true, you know.
Yeah.
Like a lot of clients, I have like 70% of women clients. They finish training, and the last question they ask me, right, Ivan, today we don't train our abs, man. I'm like, sister, you train your core already. And I mean, I still let them do if they really, really want. They are obsessed with like doing the exercises. But what I always want to explain is that it doesn't get to where you want by only doing crunches or leg raises or any abs exercises. True. True. Yeah. Okay, SinYee, I want to ask this question. This question, I don't even have experience about it. But I only know the general, the surface level, which is, should women train boobs to look firm and look nicer on their boobs?
Well, I guess like if they want to make their chest more firm, I think strength training does help. Yeah, but if you want to make your chest bigger, I don't think any training can help.
Sign up, please.
I'll say just maybe go to Korea.
Thailand.
Thailand is a cheaper option. Yeah, like, but yeah, I think strength training does help to make your chest more firm and more like look nicer, I guess, because you do chest press and all those chest exercises, you do get a really nice line and you feel like your sides are more firm.
Right.
Yeah, so I'll say it's essential, you know, still essential to do strength training at your chest area, because it's like you do wanna be toned, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Do we as a, okay, yeah, I don't really go and study about this, but do women have like a muscle region around the side breast? Because all I thought was like, okay, you know, women usually have like the pectoralis major, yes, but it's only on the upper region. But when it comes to the lower region, I think it's all about the body fats and
I think when it comes to like building your chest, right? Mostly like firming only occurs at the side and at the top. Yeah, from my clients' experience. I mean, from my experience training with clients.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they do cable chest fly, they do like
Yeah.
pec deck flies, they do all the
Like dumbbell flies,
oh,
chin ups.
that's
kind of
interesting.
thing. Yeah, but I wouldn't say it would make your chest area bigger. Sometimes it might make it smaller because it's like the muscles is like more toned.
Right.
Yeah, I'll say if
Okay.
you want to make your chest bigger, you gain weight. You know, because you gain weight, you gain fat. Then yeah, your chest area may be bigger.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and about this, right? A lot of clients say like they cannot accept them increasing their body weight even if they are very skinny. They just have the principle of saying like, okay, I just want to get toned, but my principle is I don't want to add any more weights. So do you think this is something that is like
So I do have clients where they have like skinny fat, you know, where they're like skinny but they have a lot of fat in their core area. So yeah, they are scared to see the weighing scale increase.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
but you just kind of have to talk to them and break down the myth.
The barrier.
Yeah, the barrier of like, oh, when your weight increase, it means you're getting bigger, you're getting fat. Yeah, because like your weight does have to increase when you build muscle mass, you know, because muscle is heavier than fats. Yeah, so even if your weight increase, it doesn't mean you're fatter than before. It just means you might have more muscle mass and lesser fats. Or maybe you have like more fats and lesser muscle mass if your weight increase. Yeah. But yeah, so you just kind of have to talk to them and like if they're still unhappy like halfway through the program, right? You could show them their before and after. Yeah, then
True.
they'll see, oh, there's actually a difference even though the weight has increased.
Yeah, that's
you know?
true. Yeah, I usually measure three different methods for my clients. First is body composition, and then before and after photo, and then body size measurement, like the inches. Just measure every inches
Yeah.
of their muscles and make. Yeah, as we progress, we will see more things rather
Yeah.
than like just looking at the body scales and determine that the success is based on the body weights, not the rest.
Yeah, I think that's important because it's like if you just measure like one thing, let's say just weight, it's kind of hard to gauge if they are making progress. Yeah, so I think for me, I feel like picture shows more than a weighing scale. So most of my clients, when they see their before and after, they are happy, they're satisfied.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. Do you have any success stories that you can share or remember?
Yeah, I think there's one success story which I guess I'm the most proud of. So she is like a 50 and over auntie. Yeah, and
Young auntie.
young auntie. She's really nice. Yeah, I still remember her till today, and I enjoy coaching her a lot. So she just had one goal, which is like she wanted abs.
She came for abs.
Yeah, she came for abs.
Okay.
Yeah, and she isn't like what you call fat. She's like, I'll say skinny fat. Yeah, but I think she just told me she want abs and she wanted to focus more on herself and look better. And I was just like, okay, let's do it. You know, not a lot of like people at her age would like focus on their appearance anymore. They usually just let themselves go. Yeah. So and it's like I think it's not common like to start a habit at such a late age, you know. And I like admire her for like wanting to start even though it's quite late. Yeah. And I would say her before and after was really impressive. She was very, very like obedient with whatever I tell her, and she's very enthusiastic whenever she comes to our sessions. Like she'll always be there like really early, even before I'm there. Yeah.
I was in the gym also, right?
Yeah, you're in the gym. Yeah.
Let me guess. Like we don't expose. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And
Yeah, and yeah, she managed to get abs. Yeah.
even who's the girl? maybe I'll ask SinYee
Yeah,
who's
behind the
the
scenes.
so
Keep some mystery.
yeah. So how long does it take for this young auntie to
So she only did a 3 months program with me.
Oh,
And
damn.
Yeah, 3 months she managed to do it.
so
Yeah.
how's the process? She took
So
care of your
she
diet.
completely have no abs. Like she had like skinny fat, you know. And then like at the end, actually not even 3 months, she already could see the abs. Yeah. And you know, COVID and all, sometimes that hinders. Yeah. But
Yeah.
she was very obedient in terms of her diet. She was very like focused during our sessions, and she just listens to whatever I tell her to do. Yeah. And so like compared to the starting to the end, her strength like increased significantly and our weights increased a lot. So it doesn't mean that like the heavier weights you carry, the more bigger or like
Yeah.
buff you get.
Correct.
I think being able to lift heavier weights, it means progress, and it also helps you to get to your goal, you know. But obviously also I gave her some like cardio to do. Yeah, because like strength training is like good for you, but sometimes it can be boring.
Is it
For me.
not not the time or the moment training with Ivan?
I can't be like I can't be like Ivan, because like all he does is just deadlift, squat, and bench press. I need variation, and I also feel my clients need the variation. So let's say if like one day I do deadlifts, another day I'll do Romanian deadlifts, just for some variation. Yeah.
Just to clarify.
Or like if shoulder press, I will make her do like
upside down shoulder press.
No, there's like different, you know, shoulder press. Different variations.
Just
you
to
know,
clarify.
like rotation
Yeah.
kind.
Just to clarify, my clients is not all training about squat, bench, deadlift. Okay, my
I'm saying for you.
Yeah, okay, for me, because I am into sports, I'm into powerlifting, so I have no choice, but I have to progress only for the 3 lifts. But I do understand that sometimes variety is very important, and my clients, I do give some variety also, but not every single session, because I love hypertrophy training and I dive deeper into hypertrophy training, and there's a lot more to focus on. So if you want to train with Ivan, don't think about variety. Variety will come month or after.
Yeah, if anyone wants to train with him, he's available. But not in Melbourne.
Not in Melbourne, yes.
Yeah, but I think I have just one last thing to say. It's like I'll say my clients hate the cardio session, but they also look forward the most to cardio sessions, because my cardio is always different. I always like make it into a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of game? Like,
Remember last time we did a game for our clients together?
no. Like how?
In the old gym, we did like the cone flipping. Oh, you don't remember? We had to like flip the cone.
So it's like someone flip the cone. How does the process? Like someone flip the cone and then I have to go and flip back?
Yeah. So the person who has the like most flip cones.
And they win
Win,
within
yeah.
a certain amount of time.
Yeah. But it's
Oh.
cardio still, you know.
Oh, okay lah. I'm not too fancy into that. you
Yeah.
know. I am more actually I'm more enjoying looking at techniques, and
I mean, I do too, but that's like the strength training part of my session.
and
you know?
that always amazed me when I saw my clients can improve progressively. So I'm crazy and obsessed about that rather than cardio. But sometimes, yes, cardio I do let my client do, but it's not like super creative lah.
I think it's because like we both come from different backgrounds.
Yeah.
I come from a cardio background. He comes from a
Yes.
strength training background.
Correct.
But I wouldn't say like, you know, one is bad, the other's good.
Yeah.
One is bad, one's the other good.
Yeah.
I think both is still essential, you know. Yeah.
True. Okay, so I think it's quite it's a good conversation, and I think a lot of people take away a lot of stuff. I have our last section, SinYee. I do have few questions asked by few people in my Instagram poll that I asked yesterday.
I was hoping no one asked.
we have few here, but I'm thinking of like just, selecting a few of them to ask. So first asked by PR with JK. He's one of our guests. Any workout guideline for women's menstrual cycle?
Okay, so I'm not a professional, but it's just based on my experience and also my clients' experience. Because, like, I'll say back then, 90% of my clients are women, and I'm also a woman. So, in terms of like strength training progress, it's hard to progress well compared to men because it's like once our menstruation comes, we do have to regress, and then like we can't progress as much, or we can't like keep going on with our program. And I think there's like 3 phases when it comes to menstruation. There's like the luteal phase, menstruation, then the follicular phase. So I'll say the luteal phase is like before menstruation. And most of the times you'll see your client wanting to eat more, and I'll say we can't be too hard on them.
Stop eating.
We can like, oh, stop eating. But maybe we don't know. We're like, no, you cannot eat. But then once we know it's like around the time of their month, then we're like, we can give a bit of leeway. Then comes the menstruation phase. And that's where they'll feel the most lethargic, and also they'll feel the most cravings. And they'll feel the most heaviest. So and I'll say a lot of clients will get very demotivated during their menstruation phase, because like, let's say it's their weighing session time, and then they see their weight increase, they're like, oh no, I gained weight.
All the efforts has gone.
But we always have to tell them, oh, it's just menstruation. The extra weight is probably just like water content or blood content.
Okay.
And also they will tend to look bigger because they're bloating. But I'll say one advice during their menstruation phase is like, shouldn't restrict too much in terms of their diet, and try to get them to eat more digestible food, like not too much preservatives and stuff. And like cravings like sweet things, I think can allow that, but not like preservatives like packaged cakes or stuff. Chocolate's alright, like home baked goods are okay.
The chocolate's like darker chocolate is better?
Dark chocolate.
Okay.
Or like homemade chocolate. Like healthier choices, but still satisfy their cravings.
Right. And
then like
follicular?
The follicular phase is when the menstruation is like almost done. So that's when they'll feel like almost back to normal, and they'll feel most energetic. So that's when we can start to like slowly progress with their old like weights or strength training, like their old weights which they can carry. But I think most important when it's like luteal and menstruation phase, luteal phase, like clients would still be able to come to train, but menstruation phase, I've always faced a lot of clients who like cancel because they can't come because of their period. So for me, it's like I would always like ask them how they feel first. You know, if they have really like they have a history of really bad period cramps, then it's like still will try to convince them to come.
Okay, if let's say they really come, although they have like bad pain, like bad pain, like what do you let her do?
I'll usually focus more on like body weight exercises, not much strength, just like focus more on body weight, mobility, because like if they do come and like let's say I try to do strength training with them, but I can see they really cannot, then I will like just stop immediately and then regress. A lot of like mobility exercises, a lot of core exercises, because one thing I found out is like if you do have a strong core, I would say your period cramps won't be as bad as if you have like not as strong core.
Wow, I don't even know that.
From my experience lah, but I could be wrong.
But yeah, okay, interesting. We hope that someone else can help us to answer this.
Yeah.
In
Because it's
more
like I'm just
elaboration.
speaking from experience.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not a doctor or like a gynecologist or like
Yeah.
woman expert
Understand.
in menstruation period. It's just from my own experience and from my clients' experience. Yeah.
And during breakfast, you also told me about the most important part is not about the training itself, but it's more about the habit.
In
Like-
terms of
in terms of like letting them to come
Oh,
during their
yeah.
menstrual cycle.
Because like I was saying, when clients like want to cancel during their period,
yeah.
it kind of like wait, I'm gonna sneeze. Yeah. So I always try to convince them to come even if they have their period, because like it's a habit. Because like even because like if they don't come,
Yeah.
it might trigger like them to like not come even more because they're
Yes.
tired from work, or like they're just tired in general, or they just don't feel like exercising.
Yeah.
But at least when they come and exercise even when they're on their period, it builds a habit that like they're coming regularly. Yeah. And also like sometimes it's like when they come often, I get to see them more often, we build the rapport.
Right.
Yeah. Build the bonding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. And I usually tell my female clients, especially my prospects, right, before they start, I will say like during the menstruation cycle, I would want you to come also. And the reason I say that is not because of like it will benefit you or anything, but it's more of like I want you to build the habit of like building the brain muscle. Allow yourself to not just take this as an excuse every time when you have a little bit of cramp, then you will ask me, then say like you are not so comfortable and you want to skip exercising. Because I know that if they skip exercising every single month at least twice or 3 times, that actually if you compound it is a lot of training volume that I have to sacrifice. So is that correct? For women, am I too harsh?
I would say I'm quite harsh as a woman trainer.
Okay.
Like I would tend to force my clients to come even when they're like telling me, oh, I have period.
Also, you're
I have
more
period
harsh.
cramps." I'm more harsh.
Okay. So I need to be more harsh.
I'm sure all my clients know I'm a very harsh trainer.
Oh shit. But
Yeah.
I mean, okay. Oh.
But it's like I'll say it depends on your own preference and on like how gentle or how harsh you are as a trainer. But I always warn my clients that I'm one of the harsher trainers.
Okay.
I think it's because it's like from my background, because I used to be an athlete. I have a very like very rigid mentality, like a very like competitive mentality and very strict mentality.
Yeah.
So I always push myself to the limits, and I also would try to do that to my clients, which is not that good. So
Okay.
I am still like
No, I'm thinking to a point. It's actually right. It's actually right. You are actually doing it right.
yeah, but like yeah, I just like I also need to like improve myself. Like I cannot be too harsh, because
Right.
it's like personal trainer is a very service job. So it's like you still need to keep your clients happy. So though I am harsh, but I know it's good for them. It's like harsh love.
Tough love.
Tough love. Harsh love. Tough love. Tough love. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, now next
Yeah.
next question. We have our Amy FCL. She add on this comment. SinYee is always inspiring. Then she asks, I rely heavily on sugar and caffeine during PMS. Any advice on that?
Okay, so I think caffeine is like I also like caffeine.
Yeah, me too.
I think it's a great pre-workout, but obviously have to take in moderation. And I'm sure there's like other methods of caffeine, like not just in coffee, if that's what she meant. Because like I'm sure tea has caffeine too.
I think she is relying on coffee.
Oh yeah, so coffee has caffeine, but there's also different teas that have caffeine. So like green tea has caffeine, but it has lesser than coffee, but it does help with bloating. So I think drinking tea when you're having
PMS?
menstruation, PMS, would be better compared to coffee. I'll say tea is better. because it's like lesser caffeine, so it wouldn't cause as much bloating as coffee. But obviously, excess tea drinking also causes bloating.
So it's about finding the balance.
Yeah, it's all in moderation. Yeah, and in terms of sugar,
Okay, I
think-
know what she meant. It's pastry.
yeah,
When she says sugar, I think it's pastry.
yeah. So I wouldn't say it's wrong to eat desserts when you're during PMS, because I also do, and I do love my pastries, cakes, everything. During PMS, it's like you tend to crave more sugary things. Some people might be salty things. Yeah, so I would say like, yes, it's hard to avoid sugar when you're PMS, but one thing that could help is probably try to eat like those which are like baked goods, like home baked goods, because it's like that way you can control the sugar amount. Yeah, but of course, like if you like pastries and everything, I think it's okay to eat it, but of course not too much. Yeah, and also like not those preserved kinds, like in a packaging.
Right.
Yeah, and like freshly baked goods should be alright.
Uh,
I'll say like easy digestible.
Loon's croissant.
Yeah, Loon's croissant. I don't know, like people in Malaysia know Loon, but it's a really famous croissant shop here in Melbourne.
Yes. SinYee just brought me there.
That's really
and
good.
The plain all chocolate was very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the croissant, I have too much expectation on it. So
Yeah.
okay. Anyway, the third question from Christy Kamanchanok. Okay, hi. How many days do you train, and what is your diet looks like?
Oh, okay. I would say I train lesser now compared to back when I was a personal trainer. When I was a personal trainer, I trained 4 to 5 days because obviously I have to maintain my outlook and also be prepared if I were to join any competitions. But COVID kind of ruined plans a lot, so but I still keep training just to for my own satisfaction and also to keep the image to my clients. Yeah, because you want to be inspiring to them. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Now I just train 3 days a week. If I have time, 4 days.
Strength training,
Yeah, strength training.
Pilates, yoga.
Pilates and yoga is like a extra thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you don't like regularly
So
go to.
let's say 3 days, 2 days I'll do strength
Oh
training.
wait, this is your during personal trainers life. Or
No, like
recently?
back in when I was personal trainer, I didn't do any Pilates. It's just purely strength training and cardio 4 to 5 days. Now it's like 3 to 4 days. So like let's say if I train 3-4 days, maybe 2 to 3 days is strength training. Then the additional 1 day I would do Pilates, aerial yoga, or maybe spin cycling. Yeah, because like I like variation and I can't do the same thing every time, but I do know strength training, you need to do the same thing to see progress. So yeah, it's all about mentality.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. And diet?
I'm kind of flexible with my diet now. I wouldn't say I'm as strict last time.
Yeah.
I do still drink protein, but it's like not every day.
Right.
Yeah.
How do
and
you balance it?
I think it's only when I gym, like when I work out, then only I drink protein. Yeah. And obviously I still keep within the nutrition, like, you know, have protein, fiber, carbs in every meal. Yeah.
Protein, fiber, carbs, and fats.
Fats, oil,
As
butter,
little as
coconut
possible.
oil.
As little as possible.
I think it's like I still keep it same. Yeah, but I wouldn't say like I weigh my food, I keep under a certain calories.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the thing. A
I
lot of people is
think-
like thinking about,
yeah.
oh, you know, want to keep fit, you have to weigh your food. Like,
I can't weigh my food.
yeah, she will just stop doing whatever if she get forced to weigh her food. Right. Next question. Happylicious way. How you train as marathon runner and at the same time as a personal trainer? I think what she was asking is like, how do you maintain your marathon running performance and at the same time do strength training? I think that's the meaning, yeah.
Okay, so that time when I was doing strength training as a personal trainer, I wasn't really participating in any marathons because it's like COVID, and like I would say the programs for a marathon and for strength training is very different. So if I were to train for a marathon, right, I will still do strength training, but it'll be very different from like the normal strength training I do for like powerlifting,
Yeah.
or for overall strength.
Mm.
Because like marathon, if I were to train for a marathon, right, I do still need strength training, but it's a more dynamic kind of strength training.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like anything as long as you like, right?
Sorry?
Anything as long as you like.
Not as I like. There is a program.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
What kind of program?
so marathon running is like a lot more to do with cardio, I would say. Like you do run a lot, but you also still need strength in like your legs and core. Mostly lower body.
Right.
You wouldn't really like upper body's needed, but not that much because you are using your legs more.
Yeah, and I think core is very important also for you to balance.
Core is very important to balance.
Unilateral,
Yeah.
upper body,
But
shoulder
it's mostly
exercise.
lower body, so a lot of like dynamic, like lunges, jumps, box jumps.
So meaning you are like, in order to answer the question, it's kind of like you are mix and matching strength training and also running program together at the same time.
I'll say yes, but if you really want to like up your numbers for strength training, like for deadlift, squats, and bench, you definitely can't train for a marathon program and also up your numbers for strength training.
Yep.
So
But
it depends
your-
on depends on what's your goal.
Right.
Yeah.
So your focus is to improve your running, and strength training is just like a supplement exercises for you to improve your
If
performance.
I want to improve my performance for running, but if
Yeah.
I want to up my numbers for my weights, I wouldn't really focus too much on running. It's just like a side thing.
So the undulating periodization, that's the word.
I think so.
Yeah, undulating periodization. So meaning like in a different phase you will have different goals.
Yeah.
So your program is working towards your specific goal that you want on the timeline. Yeah. So you have to undulate your periodizations. So yep, I think I'll choose one last questions from I am Jeffrey Tan. Should women train when pre, during, post? Should women train pre or during or post PMS? So okay, I think we covered this.
Yeah.
Basically, just come lah. Just right.
Depends on whether you're a harsh trainer or a very lenient one.
Yeah, and I think
I'm a harsh
yeah.
trainer, so I will still usually ask them to come.
Yeah, basically that's it. Yeah. So okay, so I think there's more questions, but I felt like we have covered those questions, so I won't ask anymore. SinYee, we have our final four in my podcast. Basically, this final four you have to answer either in one sentence to one word. It's inspired by Jay Shetty's podcast.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So are you ready?
I'm a bit confused.
So you just have to answer in one sentence or one word
For what?
in this final four. So final four questions.
Oh, okay.
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 What is the best fitness advice you ever received?
Okay, that's tough. I'll say just do it. Quote Nike.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Okay. If they're hesitating, just do it.
Just do it.
Okay. What is the worst fitness advice you ever received?
Worst fitness advice?
Like, strength training, become buff.
No. I think the worst fitness advice I got is, like, you don't train enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't train enough.
You don't train enough.
Yeah.
Like you have worked hard, and then people give you this advice like you don't train enough.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Inspiration here.
It does motivate you.
Okay, at least. Third question. What is one fitness law that you will like everyone to follow if you can?
One fitness law.
Yeah, fitness law. That everyone has to follow. They have to follow.
I'll say routine builds habits.
So they need to have a routine.
Yeah, a routine builds habits.
So I mean like scheduled exercises time and their working time, or like
yeah,
how?
I think like fitness is essential for everyone. So
Mm-hmm.
make sure it's a habit, build a routine with it. Yeah.
There you go. Last question. What is your current fitness goal?
I think my current fitness goal is like still maintaining my strength.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's like I don't have any competitions now, and I'm not sure if I would still be a personal trainer because I'm on a different path right now.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'll say just like, I still want to keep my appearance and my outlook
Right.
healthy, yeah, like portray a healthy image to every woman, like, yeah,
So keeping your body image.
keeping my body image, keeping my strength. I think strength is important.
Mm.
Yeah, and
It
also
is.
keeping my running
Mm-hmm.
speed, I guess, but that's a bit hard because like here's too cold, so I don't really run outside.
Here is so nice. You can run and get a little bit of sweat, and it's cold. So nice to maintain the performance. Oh my god. By the way, SinYee don't like cold, and I
Yeah, I
love
hate the
cold.
cold.
Oh my god, I really felt like I want to run during
Yeah.
the weather, like in this weather.
Mm,
Ay, but she don't like it.
yeah, but I think in terms of like fitness goal right now, I'll say I'm working on my mobility
Why?
because like I'm really into aerial yoga now.
Oh yeah.
Because it does help me to build my strength because it's like a lot of body weight which you
Right.
have to hold for a certain amount of time and also a lot of flexibility.
Mm.
But I still do weight training, so you still need to do weight training.
Okay. Any last word to the audience?
I'll say thank you if you watched this far.
Yes.
And also thank you to Ivan for approaching me because it's like I didn't expect I would get this opportunity, especially when I haven't been a personal trainer for so long.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for accepting the invitation and to come out and talk and help to give more inspiration.
But I'll say whatever we've talked about, any advice we've given or experience we've given, it's based on my own experience, my own knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say you should follow whatever or everything I've said because like I would say there's more bigger and experienced fitness professionals out there
Yes.
who might know more than me.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope this like little podcast we did at least help.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for watching until here.
Yeah,
It's SinYee. You can search her from Instagram.
I'm private.
Okay. I'll just leave whatever in the description below. She can accept or don't accept you. Okay. And by the way, also guys, I am on the next episode. I'm going to interview someone that is in education line in Malaysia, and it's gonna be more interesting. I hope everyone love this episode and the coming episode. Stay tuned. And I hope that I can reach out to more people out there in this fitness industry to continue spread and make impact to people out there to keep fit and be healthy. Okay, that's what the podcast meant. And I hope you do enjoy this episode. Thank you so much. If you have any friends that you think that they may be very beneficial on listening to this episode, feel free to share it to them in social media. If let's say you can tag us, me and SinYee, if you follow SinYee and SinYee accept you, go ahead and tag us and share with us what you have learned, what question that you would like to ask to follow up. And thank you guys for watching. What else? That's it. Help me to share, subscribe, likes. In Spotify, you can do like a star review. I don't know what's that for, but it looks really, really cool. So thank you so much, guys. And I will see you on the next episode. Bye. What else? Okay. That's it.
All right.
Yay! Thank you so much, SinYee.